Welcome to the FAQ podcast, frequently asked questions with Fuzzy and Quincy.
Yes, sir.
All right, Fuzz, today.
Let's tell people what we got to do first.
Oh, subscribe.
Yeah.
Why don't you subscribe? FAQ podcast. Follow us on Instagram, FAQ podcast. Today, we have a pioneer. You see a lot of social media, people starting a career from social media. I know he's had a career before social media, but he made it possible. He is the Harriet Tubman.
Okay.
He is the Martin Luther King.
Okay.
Of social media comedians transforming their lives and careers to bigger and better. Today,
Talk that talk.
we have
Talk that talk.
listen, he's lived on television for 10 seasons, over 10 seasons on Wild 'N Out.
Oh, that's light work.
He's been on YouTube. He's amassed.
He tours.
He's amassed millions of views. He's been in your lap. He's been in your house. He's been in your bedroom.
In your ear.
For so many years. Can we give it up for the Emmanuel Hudson?
Hey, man.
Emmanuel, how are you doing, brother? Yeah.
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain, honestly, man. I can't complain at all.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we first found out about Emmanuel with you and your brother. Y'all would just do skits, early YouTube.
Still doing them. Hilarious.
But I wasn't saying that in a joking way where, like, you made it possible to, like, people saw you and was like, oh, we can do that and make it to TV and go to touring and do all of those things. Let's go back to those times. Like, how was that, bro? From Mississippi. That's not you ever been to Mississippi, Fuzz?
Yeah, I have.
I've never been to Mississippi.
Yeah, I've been. I was a little kid. Like,
okay.
Mississippi
Yeah,
River.
man.
Ooh, I want to see it.
It's not like he's from. You're not from the New Yorks, the
Nah.
LAs.
Not the big
Well,
city.
I like to say that I was born in Mississippi.
Okay.
I left I left the beginning of my second grade year.
Yeah.
And grew up in Clayton County, Georgia.
But still,
Oh, so
Clayton-
you're an AT alien.
Yeah, Clayton County.
yeah.
Clayton
Okay.
County.
Is that like Jonesboro? Is that?
Yeah, Riverdale, Jonesboro Road.
So it's
all
two.
that.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, that's Clayton County, 30 minutes from ATL. You know what I'm saying? So,
Georgia, though. We say Georgia.
Yeah, you're from Georgia.
Clayton County.
What made
Clayton
you
County.
come to Georgia with the family?
My mom, she
Fuzz said like you had a choice.
yeah, nah. She actually came here to find like a new church to go to.
Oh, she's
Because-
real with it.
Yeah. She's real. We grew up spiritually, so she wasn't feeling. One of the main reasons she wasn't feeling the church and what they were teaching in Mississippi. So in order to say what she could when it came to us, she went out and found a new church, and that's what brought her to Georgia. So we've been going to World Changers ever since.
Thank God, right? Thank God for that raggedy pastor in Mississippi, right?
Did she bang on him when she left? Like, F you, I'm out.
Oh nah,
Can't do that?
she's spiritual to the core, man. My mom wanted her to fly, literally, man.
To this day.
To this
my
day,
listen,
bro.
my mom keeps blessed oil in her car, bro.
Man.
When I bought a new car, she prayed over it and put blessed oil.
Really?
What?
Listen, my mom is spiritual to the point where I would do this majority of the times I see her. Like I have a brother named Emmanuel Hudson. He's real black, and we just been like roasting him ever
Real
since.
black as in color or as in integrity? Okay, color.
and both. But like whenever we're around my mom, I would offer my mom money, like $2,500, $3,000. I would say, hey, Mom, I can cash up you right now. All you have to do is just call Matthew a black, ugly, whatever, punk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, Mom, just say those words. Even if you're just joking, I'll send it to you. She would not do it. And she was been denying doing it for years. And I'm like, yo, why would, like, it's easy money. You know that's not true about him. Just why don't you say it? Just get the money. And she's just like, she'll give me some spiritual advice. She'll say, because if I say it, it makes it easier. Regardless of why I'm doing it, it'll make it easier for me to keep doing it. So I'd rather not do it at all, even if I'm just playing. So I'm not, and then she was like, plus that's my son, I'm not gonna do it. So anytime she asked me for money, I'm like, man, you could have had the money if you would just call him a black
so-and-so.
Whatever, yeah.
So it's hard for you to even say a bad word in front of your mother.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, same here.
Of course.
dope.
She don't go for none of that.
See, like we would go to church, and once the pastor left, shout out to Reverend Dillingham. Once he left,
You out of here.
that was like 91. Once he left, we just stopped going to church.
Yeah.
See, your mom took it to the next level. Like, no, we gotta go to another city.
Yeah, she was out of there, man. But in her defense, like my mom was very sheltered. Like the way she was raised, she knew that that's not what she wanted for her kids. Like she was raised where it was like women not allowed to wear pants and things like that.
So it's apostolic Pentecostal?
Whatever that means, that's what it was.
That sounds like it. That sounds
Yeah,
like it.
she's like it can be, when I think about it, it can be a little sad because I wouldn't wish that upon nobody. But like my mom was like afraid to go to basketball games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was just how she was raised, and that's what they believed in. So she would find herself at a game and she would feel guilty if she had
so
fun.
Going to the movies was
my mom
was out.
None, and it affected her to this day. You know what I'm saying? Not to put all that information.
Hey, that sounds like a Pentecostal. I bet you if you call your mama, you call your mama and just say, "Is it Pentecostal or apostolic?" She'll probably say Pentecostal.
Yeah, well, sound like some type of ingredient to me.
Yeah,
but
you went the other way. You was like, nah.
Thanks to her, man.
He's clean though. He ain't doing nothing ratchet. Like,
no, I mean,
we can hang out with Emmanuel. It's not like we're not gonna get in no trouble.
I mean, he's frequented a strip club before.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, he can't say it on front of
you allegedly
because his mom may see it. Yeah, I get it. He can't say he been to strokers and
I don't know what you.
Yeah, he can't say
allegedly.
The only strip club I've been to is Olive Garden or Applebee's, where chicken tenders, chicken strips.
Yeah, no, I get it. So you don't drink either.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, as I've gotten older, I've realized I have to think on my own. There's certain things that I believe, and it's like there's nothing wrong with that and things like that. So
you involved.
Yeah. I'm now. There's some stuff I know I ain't got no business doing. You know what I'm saying, because of my beliefs. And I take full responsibility for that. I would never try to justify sinning. And there's a difference between sin and mistake. And come on now, people know what they be doing. So, but other than that, I try to stay, for the most part, edgy, but not derogatory. None of that things that would kind of lead anyone to like a negative lifestyle or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So, for the most part, 98% of my content is clean, it's edgy, but it's still clean.
Yeah.
But your clapback is pretty lethal, though. I've seen you clap back at a couple of things. It's respectfully lethal.
Man. I see, and that's one thing I know I got to work on for spiritual purposes. But me personally, sometimes I get exercise out of like improv when it comes to that stuff. Like if people come at me, I'm a big fan of like, nah, man, like nah for a nah. You feel me? So I usually. I can't ignore it. I've gotten better with ignoring stuff, but now I just do it for like target practice. You know what I'm saying? You say something to me, let me see what my comeback game looks like, and it helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
So all right, so it's you, your brother, and what's the other brother you just said, Matthew?
Matthew. So I have 7 brothers total.
All y'all funny is it?
Yeah, I would think so. Y'all
the Wayans.
We the Hudsons.
The Hudson. I like that.
Yeah, man.
So all right, so let's go back. YouTube days. How did that even start with you and your brother? And like I said, like you guys have created a path for a lot of people that have come after you. So how did that start? Took us back to that, around that time.
Matthew and O'Keefe. From as far as I can remember, those two. I have an older brother named O'Keefe. Those two started doing videos first. They would just just make up random songs, whatever. And they reached out to me and Phil and was like, hey, we should do like a brotherly competition, you know what I'm saying?
All 4 of y'all.
Just
3.
It was 4. It was those two and me and Phil, and they kind of challenged me and Phil. It was like, who can come up with the funniest videos? Because they stayed in Mississippi at the time.
Okay.
So me and my brother were here.
Got it.
So once we started doing those songs, it was literally just us 4. It wasn't to please nobody else. Yeah. Like, we were laughing at each other. Then we would put it on like Facebook and things, and then once we start putting the videos on Facebook, we started getting like a lot of love, and then we would go to school and they'd be like, hey, that video was funny, so we kept it going, and then we just, after that, me and Phil we just kept going, like we kept making songs and things, and then we would notice like whenever we go to like local schools for like basketball games and stuff, we would be recognized like, yo, y'all, hey, these are the guys.
What year was this?
This was my senior year. My senior year of
you about to say 09, Nick?
I was going to say 09. But I graduated in 09. Yeah,
we both, I was 08, so yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it.
So, and then after that, it was just, I took probably like 2 years off unintentionally. I just had
you didn't go to jail or nothing? But
I spent the night at college for 2 years.
Okay.
Slowed you down.
And I say spent the night because I might as well say I was in 13th grade. I wasn't a real student on paper, so I just say I spent the night, and then I got kicked out.
What school?
Albany State. Albany State.
You know what Albany State is?
I didn't want to say it was at HBCU, but yeah.
Why you get kicked out?
Academic probation, man. Just up there playing around. Like, long story short, when I got jumped in, I got jumped into Albany State, so test score.
How the hell they jump you in?
Yeah, it's just one of those. Protect HBCU is, what I'm saying?
This is without being in a frat. They jumped you in.
I'm being facetious.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Black school, you know how they do.
I feel you.
But my test scores wasn't high enough, and when they still they did this thing called placement test. They were just letting students in, and I'm thinking that all students have to take that. I have no idea that I'm not even a real student or whatever yet. So when I get there, they give me the placement test. I failed every last one of them. Damn. And it was the most easiest. The thing is, it was like, I'm not embarrassed about it. I can tell this all day, but it was reading, math, language arts.
Yeah.
It was those basic classes. And I'm thinking, again, I'm just being lazy, not taking it serious. Like, all freshmen got to take this. So when I take it and I realized I failed all three, I didn't realize I failed until I was in the class with 8 people, and some of them were 39 years old, trying to get their life together. So I'm in there thinking I'm in the AA meeting, and this is my class, right?
So that makes you feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah, of course. You couldn't imagine. I was just sitting in class and I was looking around. I'm like, yo, where the rest of the students at? And they say, nah, that's it.
Yeah,
take your books out, And I'm just like, man, hold on, what did I get myself into? So.
You didn't know?
Nah, not at all. So I went to go talk to one of the teachers, and this is where it gets like crazy. My life started getting crazy. I go talk to one of the teachers. I'm like, yo, what's going on? They was like, we're going to have to put you in weekend classes.
Damn.
I said, I ain't going for that.
Yeah.
Right? And then they told me what happened, how I failed all this, and you have to take this for a year before you can even become a freshman. So that's when it clicked. I was like, well, wait a minute, And it was funny because one of the teachers, the main teacher, he walked in and he was like, you don't want to be in weekend classes where all the other classes are filled. So what you gonna do? And he was like, what's so important on the weekends that you can't be in class? And I'm like, I do music and I travel home every weekend to record in the studio. So I'm lying.
Yeah.
And he says, okay, well if that's the case, I want you to spit me something right now. Spit me a verse. The teacher
said this.
The teacher said this. He was like, spit me a verse right now. And if you good or whatever, if it's hot or whatever, we'll take you out of weekend class. So he brought all my teachers in there. I remember, it was a small room. He brought all the teachers in there. It was like 4 teachers. Closed the door. I spit a verse in front of them. They was shook. They were just sitting there quiet. Then they was like, hey, man, we're going to allow you to go home on the weekend because those verses and those lyrics that you put together, you got something, right? So that same teacher, we go back to class. I'm sitting in class, and he walks in. This is the very first day. He walks in, and he says, hey, I want everybody to put their pens and pencils down and take a look at this young man right here, Emmanuel Hudson, and get his autograph now because in 2 to 3 years he's gonna be famous. What? In 2 to 3 years,
he's about to leave y'all.
In 2 to 3 years, man, it happened.
So so by him speaking,
that's dope. Shout out to the fake teacher that you had.
He's like,
yo, let me hear you spit. If you can spit.
It sound like an Empire sketch.
Man, I think to this day I thank him to this day because he was one of those teachers that was like really, really, really tough.
You know his name?
Mr. Davis. That's the I call him Mr. Davis. I can't remember his first name, but he was one of those teachers. Like he was so like hardcore on his students because he believed like, hey man, life ain't gonna be easy on you.
Yeah.
And I mean it. If his class starts at 7 a.m. sharp.
Damn.
If you 7:01,
you ain't in the class.
You not get in. Yeah, unless he in the bathroom and you sneak in, he can't tell if you made it on time or not. But if you try to walk in at 7:01, 7:02, he will tell you to get out, and it affects a letter grade. So you have too many days where you miss, it takes your grade down. So I've missed, of course, being lazy in classes that early. I got to walk all the way across campus. I done missed a couple. So I failed on top of my attitude being mad that I'm in these slow classes. I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm not going to say slow classes. I was just like in the remedial classes. And my pride got the best of me. So I wasn't taking it serious. I wasn't buying any books. And they was telling me, you need to buy these books. I'm like, I'm not doing that because the work that they was giving me, the homework they was giving me, I literally felt like I was in middle school.
Got it.
And it was things like place the right vocabulary
Oh, you like, come on, y'all.
Man, yeah, I'm like, can you imagine being in reading? First of all, in college, classes, they have more than one syllable in the title of their class. I got straight math and reading. So I'm already like just pissed. Can you imagine
like basic reading, basic math?
Can you imagine being in class, right, and being the only student to get 100 on a reading test? And this man stopped the whole class like, hey, man, clap it up. Man, you got 100. I'm like, man, you kidding me, man? The rest of y'all doing failing this class, man. But, you know, again, I didn't take it serious. So I got kicked out. First time I got kicked out for 6 months. Second times I got kicked out for the year. And I just didn't go back because everything popped off.
Give me props for this basic ass.
No, it's great because I had some like you had to take some. I went to Temple. You had some classes in the summertime that you had to take, you know, because public school ain't really teach you what you were supposed to be taught.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, you had to fill in like the blank.
Yes, man. Oh, man. And the books were like $85. Mom Dukes wasn't sending me no money. Yeah. You know, she's sending me money to eat and stuff like that. But as far like she can't afford to send me no money with no books. You know what I'm saying? So
where's Albany State?
Albany, Georgia.
Oh, duh.
Not Albany, New York.
I don't know.
Yeah, Albany State University. And you know, after that, like after I got kicked out for a year, like I believe everything, I know it sounds cliche, but man, everything happens for a reason. Cause when I realized like, hey, they told me, it was like, you failed all 3. Now, mind you, that those remedial classes was a 4-year class. So, but I had to get out of this semester. You got to take half semester, then you got to take the second half. I had to, in order to become a freshman. So basically, I was in school for a year as a 13th grader.
Damn.
And then once I passed those classes, now I'm a freshman. So I failed the first semester. And then they told me, they was like, hey, I don't think you understand what kind of like trouble you're in. It's a 2-part class, and you only have 3 chances to get out of all. Yeah. So if you fail, you know what I'm saying, one more time, you're going home for 4 years, and you can't go to no school in Georgia. That was the rule back then.
It's like being in jail.
Yeah, so they was like, you will not be able to apply to any school in Georgia for 4 years if you fail another class. So that's when it clicked. I started getting the books, and then I had to go to summer school, and I made it out of all of them except one. I had to take the second part of reading, and just a lot of stuff happened, being lazy or whatever. Didn't make up a few tests. And still pride or whatever. So I went there. I failed the final part, whatever. And Mr. Dave, same teacher, he came to me. He was like, he said, it's not looking good for you. He put me to the side. He was like, it's not looking good for you. He said, but I'm gonna give you a chance to extra credit. Here's a book you need to read by the night. I need you to give me a
book report.
Book report. Yeah. You gonna something to my mind is blank right now, but he was like, you have to perform in front of the class about what you read to this book. A presentation, that's what it was. So I woke up, ran to class, and I wasn't dressed appropriately. Like I said, this is one of them teachers, like, I thought he was doing too much. He was one of those, like, if you're going to present, you have to be dressed up too. I'm not talking about sneakers. I'm talking about you have to have a suit.
Suit, tie.
I didn't know anything. I didn't even know you need none of that in college. Never been a fan of that. Never had to wear none of that. So when I get to class, I'm Jordan's jeans. I tried to get a suit, but I didn't try the suit on the night before. So my homeboy gave me some clothes, right? So at 6:45, I'm waking up at 6:45, knowing I got to be in class at 7. Man, I try this man clothes on. He wears size 8 in everything. Not just shoes.
So you was wearing some slim stuff before.
So I'm trying to button. It wasn't even button up, shoes, jeans, never fit. So I'm like, I can't, like, 650. I said, I got to do the best I can. Threw on a collar shirt, ran to class. And man, the teacher looked at me and was like, you ain't getting in class like this. You're not presenting nothing like that. And there was another.
You already knew.
Man, there was another student in the same position as me. And we both got the same book, but I didn't know none of this. And he was like, all right, you see this gentleman over here? He dressed like a deacon. He was ready. And he was like, the only way I'm going to give you a second chance is if you go to him and ask him if you guys can do it tomorrow. You guys got the same book. Whatever. So I was like, oh, that's my boy. Like, oh, cool. Yeah. So I go to him. I'm like, yo, my bad. Can we do it tomorrow? I'm going to go get a suit and everything. He was like, yeah, you know what? It's good. So the teacher walks in and calls him out. I was like, yo, come in. So he goes outside. They come back in. He starts presenting. I don't know what's going on. I'm just sitting there. He just started presenting. And the kid didn't know anything about the book. I actually read the book and enjoyed it, was ready to, present. And after that, it's just nothing happened, right? I'm just like, all right, he presented. I guess I'll be back tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. And then at the end of the summer school, I looked on the list on the door, and it said, like, basically, you going home for a year.
Damn.
So I knock on the door, like, I walk, I'm like, yo, Teach, what's up, man? I thought you said if he said yeah, like, he was like, that ain't what he told me.
Oh.
I said, what you mean? He was like, yeah, when I pulled him out, I asked him what job wanted to do, and he said he ready to do it. And I said, that's not what he told. He was like, well, that ain't nobody's fault but yours because you didn't come talk to me after class. You ain't come do none of that. You just left. And then that's when it hit. I was like, you know what? That's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I can't put the blame on nobody else. So as I'm walking back to the dorm, I'm sad. Like, I got to call my mom. I got kicked out twice.
And you don't want to disappoint your mom.
First time was 6 months. Being at home with my mom for 6 months was hell. You know?
And she let you know it was hell.
Yeah, of course.
She owned you.
And then when I went back, I got kicked out for a year. But this time, I don't know how I'm going to tell my mom, right? So I'm walking back to the dorm room, and the kid that, you know what I'm saying, told me this, he walking towards me. And I look up, and he was like, yo, I made it out, bro. He was like, I made it. I ain't going home for a year. He was like, well, how you do?
The fool?
I said, bro, like, what's up with you, bro? I said, I thought you said, and he was like, yeah, that's my fault. He said, nah, I should have told him what I told you, but I don't know, man. I guess it's my fault. And I just looked and I was like, man, hey, man, congratulations, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. And
you ever see that dude?
Let him have it. Like, when I go back,
yeah,
he acts like we just the best of friends.
Yeah.
And it's always stuck in the back of my head. But I learned 2 lessons. Like, for one, never put the ball. I didn't blame him because if I was doing what I had to do in the beginning, the ball would have never been in your hand for us to fumble it. And 2, if that wouldn't have happened, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. Yeah. So I'm not mad at him. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It just adds to the story to success, man.
So what was the you went home for a year, your mom's pissed, you gotta do whatever.
He had to go to work. He had to work.
Yeah, was you working?
Mm-mm. That's why I never really get a chance to tell
Elder
this
Horton
side.
Part 2.
I never really get a chance to tell this side, right? So as I recall, like the first time 6 months, my mom let me know, like, you can't do this and da-da-da-da. So I go back to school. Once I found out I got kicked out for a year, now that I remember, I called my mom immediately because there wasn't no hiding. As soon as I found out, I walked outside the building like, yo, Mom, I know you mad, but I'm coming home for a year. She ain't seem mad or anything for some reason, right? So when I got home, she didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
Right? But now that I think about it, when I got kicked out the first time for like 6 months, she was going crazy, right? So I'm in front of the computer with headphones on and I'm writing to a beat, right? My mom comes out of her room and she's like, get off that computer. You need to find something to clean up. You just at home wasting time. I come home from work and the house ain't clean. And she was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I calmly took the earphones off my ear and I say, hey, Mom, I know it may not look like anything now, but what I'm doing is going to take care of a lot of stuff. Trust me. And she was like, yeah, well, all right, whatever. Get off the computer and boom, boom, boom. So whatever time passed, that year and I came home, when I walked in the house, I'm expecting to get blacked on.
Yeah.
But she calls me upstairs and she says, after everything popped off, she says, hey, I remember a play you did in high school. And it was called Guys and Dolls. And I had the lead role of Nathan Detroit. And she was like, while you was off in school, this play comes on. She was like, have you ever seen the play? I mean, have you ever seen the real movie? I was like, nah. And she was like, as I was watching it, in my head, I'm wondering, how is my son able to nail this character? He's never seen the movie. He don't even know what that play is. He's just on stage acting. And she was like, at that moment, God spoke to her and was like, leave him alone. Like, wow. if he comes home, like, basically, I got a plan for him. And all that yelling you doing at him, leave him alone. I got it. So when I got home, it wasn't all this. I don't know why, but she just wasn't blacking on me. And after I blew up, of course, that's when she told me the story.
Wow. The testimony.
And she also told me, like, when I was younger, the church we went to, my mom was in drama. She was in the drama for church. So we would have to wait after church until she's done, whatever. And I guess I was sitting there watching, and I started laughing at something. And the drama director, he pulls my mom to the side, and he was like, is this your son right here? He was like, keep an eye on him, because the way his mind works, he's like, I had to probably be like in 6th grade or something. And he was like, the way his mind works, he's laughing at stuff that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, grown-ups, like, so his mind is So like, just keep your eye on him because he
gets it.
He gets it. He's going to like be something one day.
Yeah.
And so paying attention, that was when I was in 6th grade. And then when I got to high school, my drama teacher convinced my mom to take me out of school to go to a more like acting type school or whatever. So my mom listened to her. I ended up not even getting into that school. I had to go to a whole brand new school, and I ended up getting the lead role. So
it was like a performing arts school almost.
The school I was supposed to go to.
Yeah,
but it was so much going on as far as like Clayton County. All Clayton County schools was losing their accreditation. So when I went to Fayette County, they didn't let me in the school that the teacher convinced my mom to bring me out for. They didn't let me in the school because they thought like, nah, you just trying to come over here because
everything is,
so we're not taking students like that. So before I even found out that news, that school told me I had to go to this school because we was one house outside of the zone. So you got to go to this school, get special permission to come to this school, and then you can start your acting career. So my mom went through all of that, not getting in.
So you had flickers along the way. Man. Of like something was going to happen.
Man. So it was either football. I either had a chance to try for the football squad or drama. I fell in love with acting, so I took drama. Ended up getting the lead role in every play that I was doing there.
What?
And then that's why I said all this ties together, right? So at the time I was dating a chick who came to see me, her parents or whatever, they came to see me act in the play. He had an autographed pen and pencil out of nowhere. He's never seen me act. He just had it. And after I got off stage, he was like, hey, man, here's a pen and pencil I got made for you at Home Depot, silver with your name engraved in it. He said, these are going to be your autographed pens and pencils when you get famous. And I'm like, I said, I don't know why you saying that, but I receive it. And then that's when I went to college and all that happened. So now when I have time to sit here and think, I'm like, wait a minute. In 6th grade, the drama teacher told my mom, this kid got something. In 12th grade, my girlfriend at the time's parents told me I got something. Yeah. When I go to college, this teacher says they all spoke it into existence. So now that's what I'm saying. Like my story is like, even sometimes I'm still blown away about how someone else saw something in me before I even saw it in myself. And it was just like, that's why I don't like hold grudges toward anybody because it's like, man, everything happens for a reason, man.
Man, so what was the first video that you like, all right, I'm done? Well, Fuzz asked, you didn't work when you came home.
Nah. So that's the part I was trying to get you. Like, he didn't.
You didn't work? Like, what were you doing?
Freezing.
Nothing. getting on my mom's
nerve.
Telling
ODB, who me?
Getting on my mom's nerve, man. She was a teacher, so she was gone for half the day. But other than that, like I tried to work, but my mom.
Have you ever had a real job? I'm talking about like a 9 to 5.
Yeah, but that was Subway. But I got fired after 3 weeks.
Do you eat Subway today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, don't eat the tuna. They saying the tuna is not really tuna.
I wouldn't know.
Allegedly.
I wasn't there long enough to find out if the tuna was real.
Yeah.
I got fired.
So you got fired from Subway, and you still was doing your viral videos and
not even at that time. I forgot when we actually started doing like videos. I think it was around like my 11th grade year. But the first that was the question you was getting to ask. What was the first video? Actually, the first video was Default Pics Be Lying, which is about today's basically what they call today catfish.
Yeah.
We made a song about, girls will post the good picture. And then when you go look at the rest of the pictures, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So that went super viral, hit World Star, and it took off. And then Chelsea Lately, when she had her show at the time, she reached out, but we were too young to come on the show. So they was like, oh, we'll keep in touch with you guys over the years. Then that's when I went off to college for like 2 years and we stopped doing videos.
Wow.
Then when I got kicked out, I came back home and did Asking All the Questions. And that's when it just like,
that's the one that really took him over the. So did you that goes viral. Did you know anything about monetizing off that?
Man, listen, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all asking the right questions or I rarely get a chance to, but there was this kid back when we first started doing videos. There was this somebody, I didn't even say it was a kid. It was somebody that kept reaching out on the YouTube Messenger. And they was like, hey, you can get your videos monetized. I don't know anything about computers, monetized, nothing. So I'm ignoring this kid, right? So all these videos coming out, me getting kicked out of school, I come back and I make Asking All Them Questions, right? This kid messages me again.
Listen,
never met him, don't know anything about him, just ignored him for like 4 years straight.
Yeah.
He hit me up again and was like,
hey man,
you can make money from your videos. I say, bro, I'm broke, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm finna block you, but I'm so broke, I can't afford to block.
Yeah,
block
some
right
money.
now.
Yeah.
I can't afford. If you even say money, I'm interested. So I start, man. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up, man? Because you've been
in my inbox.
You've been stalking, like,
right.
This is my first time even replying to him.
Yeah.
And he says, look, all you got to do is this. He sent me like a 30-page contract. I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know nothing about this. He was like, nah, just relax. He was like, yo, all you need is a camera, a computer, and your bank account just to add your card to it so the money can go straight through there. It's real easy. So I do it. I go and monetize all my old videos that he was telling me about, and I had like $2, and by the end of the day, I was in the negatives.
Yeah.
But after I cleared that, I had like $2.50 in a week, right?
Right.
So I go to my mom excited. I never had $2.50 of my own. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, mom, like, I'm sitting at home, I got $2.50, like, all from this. And she was like, okay. Then I remember going to church one time, and the Pastor Creflo Dollar, he was talking about speaking things into existence, and he had us do a certain prayer, and he was like, I want you to claim that you would never be broke another day in your life. And I said it, right? So when I come home, I'm working, and I see that $2.50 go to $5 by the end of the week. I was like, yo, I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy, right?
Yeah.
So that's when, once I did asking all them questions, man, when I say
He's
I got about
now.
like at the end, like they pay you monthly, right? So I started in half the month. Man, when I say I looked up at the end of the month and had $7,000
what
in my account, bro, like, and this comes from nothing, right?
Wow.
So I'm sitting here like by how that came about. As I was asking all them questions, I recorded myself and I put it out, right? I watched it a few times, and as I'm watching, I'm telling myself, man, this song is weak. But if you guys don't know out there, like, asking all them questions is probably my least favorite out of all the videos I've created, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, man, this song weak. But I haven't put out anything in 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, man, whatever. My homeboy calls me and he says, hey, man, you want to go to the bowling alley? It's 12 minutes. The bowling alley is 12 minutes from my house at the time.
You had 7,000.
No.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I had nothing, right?
Okay.
I don't know anything yet. So I'm just sitting here like, hey, man, I ain't got no money, so you got to pick me up, pay for everything. He said, man, I got you, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I hang up. I said, all right, let me post this video. Then get ready. Post the video. He comes and get me. Halfway to the bowling alley, I get a call from my homeboy, and he says, hey, man, that video you just put up, it got over 400,000 views on WorldStar. Damn. I said, I just released that video like 12 minutes ago. Yeah. What you mean?
And this is not you reaching out to anybody
Nobody,
at WorldStar?
nothing. And
they don't do that no more.
He was like 400,000 views, and it's going up. By the time I get to the bowling alley, I'm talking about people on their phone looking up at me like, hey, yo, is this you? And I'm like, oh, what the world going on? So after I monetized everything and I had like $7,000 to my name, yeah, I'm just like, over with. So all this hard work.
So you show what happened? You show your mom the 7,000. Like, what is she? You didn't? What?
Because she gonna make you tired.
Not immediately.
No, you didn't.
Because I had to think about all the whoopings, all the time she told me to get off the computer, all the time she made me clean up stuff when it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
That time she whooped me for a week straight when I really didn't steal them honey buns. It was my other brother.
Yeah.
I had to think about all that before I let her know.
How long did you wait? Because you got money. You're like, man, I wish we had more money, and you just quiet.
Matter of fact, I still don't think I told
her. She know right now.
I still don't think I told her I got $7,000 in my bank account.
That's hilarious.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
that's funny.
So so that video comes out, and you keep hitting videos. Like, what was the average that you were making off of YouTube before you're like, yo, dog, it's not even a fluke no more. This is kind of crazy.
This is me.
I mean, I want to say, if my memory, I hope my memory is straight. But I think I end up in 1 month, I made $43,000.
That's okay. So that's early YouTube. That's early,
and this is before I signed to anybody. This is just all like my bank account.
43,000.
Oh no, you know what? I did. That's it was, but that's when something happened. I ended up meeting with some people and end up signing, and then I realized
it was some others.
I had messed up like down the line. But yeah, it was about 40,000.
Damn. So okay, you doing this. How do you even get to the wilding out phase? Because it's like, you know, it seemed as if, you know, we don't know you. It went from, man, these videos are going crazy to, oh, now they on TV. And it didn't just happen, you know, that seamless. Or did it?
Did you have to try out for Wildin' Out?
Yeah, we did. We had to audition for it. Nick actually, him and his people had reached out. And I remember being on the phone with him. And he was like, yeah, man, I want you to try for Wild Out. What you think about being on Wild Out? I never really watched Wild Out before that. I just knew it was an opportunity. And when he reached out, he was like, so what do you think? I'm like, well, I got this mixtape that I've been working on. You know, Wild Out seems cool and all, but I actually love music. Want to hear my mixtape? And then Nick was just like, I don't think you understand the opportunity. Yeah, we can listen to your mixtape, but, you know, Wild Out. And then I'm just like, oh, yeah, we can, you know what I'm saying? We can shout out for that. So I auditioned, ended up making it. Nick had told me he's been watching my stuff for a long time. So that was incredible to hear, to like just realize like, yo, how long?
Fresh talent. You were doing improv without you really knowing you was improv.
Yeah. So I've been told, man.
So you never went to improv class other than having drama class? Like, so this is all natural.
This is all Mon, Dukes, and Pops. Straight from them, man. Whatever family line that comes from.
So Nick probably wasn't the first person, a celebrity, to reach out, but like, who were some of the first people early on where you like, yo, I can't believe these people
That's crazy that you say that, because now that I think about it, D.L. Hughley, he wanted to manage me. I don't know if somebody was lying or whatever, but somebody reached out from his camp, and it was like, hey, D.L. Hughley wants to, sit down and talk to you and possibly.
You take that meeting?
Man, no.
No, why?
Because what ended up happening was so much money was coming in, and I was sitting here trying to think like, okay, let me not get too overwhelmed. Let me think about this first. And my little brother,
talking about Philip,
yes, I'm gonna totally blame him, but he comes one day. I tell Phil, I remember me telling him this. I'm like, yo, don't try to meet with nobody. Don't talk to nobody. Let's try to figure this out. Whatever. And he was like, all right. About a week later, he comes in the house with this big box of She Ratchet t-shirts. It was dope merch, and it was just like, I just look at him, and I'm just like,
what you doing?
Where did you get this from? Who did it? And what's going on? He was like, oh, met with these people. And they drew up these shirts. They said they can do a lot for us. Like, they gave me these shirts, da-da-da. And I'm just like, he said, I told him we'll meet with him, da-da-da. And I'm like, I did not tell you not to.
Right.
But now I feel obligated because he told these people we was going to meet up. So I ended up meeting up with them, basically sold me a dream. I fell for it. Ended up signing, a not so good contract. But I'm glad I did that super early.
Got it.
And we got... Oh man, it was bad. We signed for 4 years and 360 deal. Like, damn. I could have got a real job, and I had to pay them a certain amount.
Right.
So that, whatever, all that happened. And like I say, everything happens for a reason, though, right? So we ended up doing this thing called Ratchet People Meet, and they tried to put on plays and things, right? By that time, I was over it. Phil was already at the door. We wasn't abiding by no rules under that company. Yeah. I was just going to leave the right way because I didn't know anything about legal terms and trying to sue.
Reach a contract, all that.
So I was like, man, I got one more year, man. I'm going to just, whatever. And I met this beautiful woman, manager, who's now my manager now, Ricky.
Ooh, I've heard about her.
Right? Yeah, Ricky Hughes is
cold. She's a cold polar bear in a good way, cold, right?
Oh, it's like Suge Knight.
She pulls up to one of the shows, and I don't know what she saw in me, but she sat there, she saw me, and she did everything respectively. Like, she waited till I was out my contract. She didn't even let me know that she was interested until like maybe 4 or 5, probably like 3 or 4 months when I got out of the contract, right? Yeah. She reaches out and she says, hey, I got an offer for you, but I'm scarred. All right, I got PTSD.
Yeah, because you
from
think
the last, so I don't trust nobody. So I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, what's in it? Like, what's the catch? She's like, I got a $25,000 offer for you. All you have to do is just make 3 posts.
You capping.
Man, you don't get off my phone, man. Like, what? I'm like, so you mean, I'm like, all right, so what do I, she's like, and all you have to do is give like a small commission and you get to keep the rest. I said, you do know when I don't know you or I ain't got no contract with you, none of that. She's like, oh, I know. I know you just got out of your contract. You know, I've been saw something in you. I've been wanting to manage you, so I was just letting you breathe. And I said, the first thing you come to me is with $25,000. I'll take it. Paid my little commission, did what I had to do for it. I had $25,000 in my account. And ever since then, she has been my manager.
How long
going
ago
on
was that?
Probably like six years.
Wow.
I'm going on 6 years now.
About that. Yeah.
And it's just been smooth selling the rest of the way. Let it be known, if anything, God forbid, happens, sir, or we're no longer in business, I am not signing with anyone else. No one is able to manage me. Because it doesn't get any better than that.
Shout out to Ricky Hughes.
Yeah. Shout out to Ricky Hughes.
We like Ricky.
We like her a lot.
We love you.
You know what I mean?
All right, so you have the management correct. You're on Wildin' Out. You've been on Wildin' Out for 10 seasons.
That's right.
That's like, it's you and a couple others that only been there that long. Mm-hmm. That's like
Chico and Carlos Miller, those guys. Yeah.
That's huge. So you've traveled the world. You traveled the country. What do you want next to happen? What do you have in development?
My own show. Okay. My own show.
And you
well, you know what? Let me say this. I have my own show.
Yeah. And what is it?
I do. It's called Minds of EP.
Now, explain to everybody what that is.
Minds of EP. Just the minds of Emmanuel and Philip Hudson, man. We just, just on some like, I don't say I look up to them, but I am inspired by them. Like Key and Peele. Just a bunch of skits from like whatever just comes to our head, whether it's songs, anything. So I know that's what I'm working on now. We just dropped brand new. We have, I think, 8 episodes out already right now. So I know we have that going on. Still doing Wildin' Out.
You like touring?
Yeah, of course. Oh man, yes.
What's your favorite part? What do you get off of that? Like, what do you?
I'm not gonna say it's the money. I do love being able to do what I want to do,
make a living out of it.
But me plus that stage plus Ricky, the money. And the thing is, I'm like, she is such a great manager, man. Like
humble, super humble.
She scares me though. She scares me when it comes to like fighting for me, and she does it so well. It's like they'll say something to me, and because I guess I'm humble or not up on the business enough just yet, that's what she claims she's there for. They'll offer me something, and that money looks really good, and then I'll go to Ricky, and I'm like, yo, what do you think? More. What do you? Wait. You do know I am disposable. Like, just let's just think about this. More. We want more, and then she gets it.
Yeah, that's what Suge Knight did.
To be able to go on tour, travel the world, do what I love to do, and I guess the answer I would say is to be able to provide for my family, man. Like, that money to be able to go home and like give my mom and my dad a certain amount of peace and just watch their face. I remember
Get back. Huh? Get back to them.
Yeah, of course. And it's a lot though. I got 5 brothers, and you have to look out for everybody. But I remember giving my dad a check, his first $10,000 check, right? I just handed it to him. I'm like, hey, here you go. And his face,
he's like, this is my son giving me this.
Yo, if you would have seen his face, I gave him that check, and he was just staring. I said, what'd you think about? And I hope I don't get you in trouble when I say this, Pop. But he says, I got to split it with your stepmom.
He's about to leave her off a 10.
He was just sitting there thinking like, I wish it could all be mine. But I'm a husband, so it's only right. And I was like, oh, okay, I got to make some more money. I got to make more money because I got to be able to
I feel you.
Help the whole fam. And my mom, I have to brace my mom because she's so dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't make sure I give her any news while she's driving. I got to get.
She's super happy for you though,
but she do too much. If she would have seen that chick like driving or something, God forbid.
Yeah.
What are you? Calm down.
Would you be mad if she, whatever money you gave your mom as a gift, and she turns around and tithe or give that to the church? Would you be upset? I would.
The only thing I would be upset, because she still does this now, bless her heart, is ask me for more.
Oh, that's moms though.
Yeah,
that's mom.
Yeah, you got.
But do you know how annoying it is for your mom to ask you for a certain purse, and you buy it,
and she wants some
and
more.
then probably a month later you walk in and that purse is thrown on some top of the shoes in the closet somewhere, and she's asking for something else? It makes, and then I just gave you some money, but now she goes to the mall, she sees a belt. Emmanuel, this belt will look so good. Just give me $300.
That's a blessing. You living other boys' dreams, man. That's a dream.
I want to wake up.
You want to wake up?
I get it. Dream. Are you bugged out by some of these new YouTubers? Like, yo, dude, it's because of you I'm doing what I do.
Yes, because I've never looked at myself as anything more than Emmanuel Hudson. Because I mean, honestly, if we're gonna keep it real here, a lot of people, we like to get into this, not to have this conversation turn, for the worse, but we like to get into all the positive things and good things that comes along with this stuff. But I'm glad I am so-called humble, because the other side of this is
you've seen it.
You can't. I see it every day to this day, and it's almost like you can't. People say ignorant things like you should be used to it. It's stuff that you can't even believe. The world is already crazy, and the fact that you become famous or whatever the case may be, you would not believe the things that people think they have the right to or they're entitled to, or things that happen to famous people on a daily basis. It'd be the smallest stuff, but it's like, for that to happen every day. Yeah. Like, for one example, I never thought this came with fame. People messing with your family because of what you do.
Oh,
never.
Yeah, for sure.
I never, like, my mom, she's a school teacher. So when she's sending kids to the principal office, they go back home and tell their parents, and their parents come in, oh, you think just because your son and stuff on TV, you can just, and it's like, y'all really be bothering my mom or dad? Or my dad is still working, and they'll say things like, you ain't supposed to be working, your son's on TV.
Yeah.
And it's like,
counting your pockets.
You were probably happy when not happy, but like, man, the pandemic, I get to wear a mask. I can go out and.
That don't even work. I put on the full when they come up. This just this. I remember ski mask with a skull and everything. I remember walking into Kroger, and it was these two kids sitting there. I guess they were, the water boys or whatever, and they was asking people whatever they wanted to ask them. So when I walked through, I made sure I covered up, and they was like, "Hey, big bro," I was like, "I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got no cash on me." I wasn't lying. So I go in there. I come back out.
Yeah.
You Emmanuel Hudson.
Damn.
I said, hey, how you know? I can just tell by your voice, man. I know you got it on you, man. Come on, look at you.
we good for it,
bro. Like, I'm like, bro, how? I said, honestly, though, I really don't have no cash. We got Cash App. Rock with me, bro. We got Zelle.
Like, ain't no excuse now.
Ain't no excuse, but I'm still trying to figure out how
you recognize me.
How.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a blessing, but at the same time, it's like, hey, man.
Yeah, you dealing with way more than
Let me ask you this: what are you more passionate about? Are you more passionate about the music side, because you can freestyle, you can rap? I heard the music.
You about to go to the studio now?
Or are you more passionate about being an actor and comedian and the performing arts side of it?
I think I'm more in love, more passionate about the art itself. Granted, I'm not really. I would love, to be in movies and TV shows, but there's a lot of stuff that comes with that. But I think I'm more in love with producing and like writing. Music is gonna always be my first love. So if I had to pick, it would be music, because that's something that's been, a part of me, and a part of me and my career since I started. Because I started off doing. I had a mixtape. It was real music, not goofy. And then we went over to the skit side, and that was more music. So music automatically.
All right.
But as far as acting and shows and things, like, I'm down. I'm down to do that. I mean, my dread's getting away for a couple of opportunities, but that's what got me into creating my own stuff.
I'm giving either or. If you had a chance, if you had an opportunity to choose doing a song with Drake or doing a movie with Dave Chappelle, which one would you choose? And why?
So I have to choose. I can't choose
only one. You can either go do a single with Drake or do a movie with Dave Chappelle.
I'm gonna go with Drake.
Doing a song with Drake.
Doing a song with Drake.
And why?
Well, Drake is my all-time number 2 favorite rapper.
Number 2.
Who's number 1?
Sci-Hi the Prince.
Sci-Hi's a homie.
Sci-Hi the Prince.
Yeah.
Hands down, Sci-Hi. By a long shot.
Really?
Yes. But Drake, definitely, because I feel like me and Drake share some of the same like interests and values when it comes to music. His stuff is, to me, is evergreen. And it basically, there's no season or like time when this is popping. And I feel like that's the kind of music that I make. Not the comedic side, but like when I really sit down and I like how Drake like talks to you in this music. And it's relatable. And that's what I'm all about. So, I mean, me and Drake will be making some fun. Let me go ahead and speak that into existence. I'm going to have a song.
He watches FAQ podcast every week.
All the time.
Word?
Yeah. He's
okay.
He's a big
They get YouTube in Toronto?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
They love
much
us.
love to you, Drake. Much respect, man.
Yeah. Ever met him?
No.
Oh, we got to hook that up.
Never met him, man.
All right, cool. We working on it.
That's crazy, though. I had the opportunity, too.
What happened? Your brother.
I made a promise to somebody. Well, you know what? I'm not ashamed about that. I made a promise to a really good friend that I'll go to their Halloween party with the kids and stuff. Not my kids, but it was his. You know, they was doing it for the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I had already made a promise.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Drake could be around. There'd be more Drake parties to go to.
I don't know.
You never know.
Drake's a father now. He's he has a son. And,
I'm just saying.
I mean, I was. Anything could have happened, but I mean, I don't regret missing the opportunity, but
Yeah. Do you think you'll stay here? Are you based in Atlanta?
I am.
Do you think you'll have to make that jump to LA to broaden the horizon of?
Ricky wants me to so bad.
Yeah, Hollywood's calling you, man.
She's not. She always lets me make my own decision.
Yeah.
When it comes to stuff, but I feel like if I put in enough work, and maybe I may sound ignorant or whatever, or it calls for both, but I feel like if I put in enough work, I don't have to live somewhere where they're gonna fly me to anyway. Now I get the whole part of like just being there, being in the mix, because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I think it's called pilot season.
Yeah.
Man, Ricky had me doing something every single day. I'm talking whether it was you go from the studio to an audition to a flag football game with Chris Brown.
Right.
It was like, y'all don't sleep out here?
No.
Like, what is going on?
It's called cocaine. Yeah, a lot of them are.
And then after the
Buzz
flag
is on it
football
now.
game, I had to go to Two Shorts podcast. And after that, you have to go to dinner with this person. And it's like,
a lot.
You stay in the mix.
Yeah.
You bump shoulders with a lot of people. I ran into
You saw the
Otis.
difference. You saw the difference.
Your Otis.
I ran into Otis Williams in the distance from the Temptations on an audition.
That's LA.
The Otis.
Yeah.
And I just looked at him. I was like,
Bruh.
I'm sorry about Blue, man, but are you kidding me?
That's LA. They don't. Yeah, it's nonstop. But like in that nonstop, it's opportunity.
Definitely.
So you thinking about it? No. Okay.
You don't like change? You know what? Your manager need to have you read the book Who Moved My Cheese.
Yeah, because the cheese is always moving.
Yeah, the cheese is always
I
moving.
like that.
I like that. Without even knowing what that's about, I like the title. I know
Who
it's
Moved My
something
Cheese? You should read that book, man.
It's other things. Like, LA is very congested also. Yes, it is. Come on, fuck. Yes, it is.
But the parts you gonna
can't
be in.
Stay in the area. That,
No, man. No.
All the studios in the same place. Well,
Man,
you got
that
Culver
400
City.
freeway, whatever y'all call it out here,
Man,
400 highway
They
jacked up.
charge to park in the McDonald's parking lot. Okay.
You
It's
must be in
too-
Brentwood or something like that.
It's too congested. It's a lot going on. Traffic is unbelievable. Jesus was supposed to be back already. He just stuck.
He's
in
stuck on
LA
the 405.
traffic. He on the way.
Yeah,
He's just in the LA traffic.
Don't let that be your excuse.
No, man, you gotta get out there.
You can still do your skits with you and your brother. What happened if brother Philip want to move to La Lazy, man? Philip, he coming to LA, man.
Man, listen, look, it's gonna be a point in time where I gotta think for myself. I gotta do whatever I gotta do, and Philip is very, very talented and on his way up. I'm gonna be there 100 steps away. But if he moved to LA, good riddance. I'll fly out there when I can. We can do some videos.
Are you familiar with some of their skits they do together?
Yes.
Can you talk about this whole beef you got going on back and forth with the phone? Hey, man, you call him a girl phone.
Hey, man.
What do y'all?
We was just having a great podcast, and then he wanted to bring up little buddy.
Buddy.
Like he ain't the ops. You know what I'm saying? If I catch you in the street, bro, you know what I'm saying? If I catch you in the street.
How long y'all been feuding, man? How long y'all been feuding, though, for real?
I mean, it been going on about 6-7 months.
And y'all ain't caught up to square up or nothing
Nah,
yet.
because
what happened? What do you be doing?
schedules, man.
Ain't
Like
dropping the Addy.
Pat over at Berkeley Technologies, right? And they got him working crazy hours. And I used to work there, so I know how Pat is.
Pat be
but now, like, just priorities. You know what I'm saying? We got our priorities
why
straight.
you calling this girl's phone, though?
It wasn't even like that. You know what I'm saying? At first, I had called to get my stuff back, and he was confused. He thought I was talking about, like, you know, underwear, like PlayStation controllers. Got it.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking about me stuff. You know what I'm saying? The way she talked. You know what I'm saying? The slang she used, the music she listened to. You know what I'm saying? That's all me. You know what I'm saying? You copy my slang.
She getting that from you.
Let me get that back, and then I'll let you move on. So when I had called to get my stuff back, he picked up. And now he think
that you want.
Yeah, like, nah, I'm done with y'all.
You done with it.
And I've been trying to fight him. He been ducking. He been ducking for the longest.
All right, let me talk to you about the I don't know if it's called tarot card readings, but you read really.
Yeah, I that's a gift. I know where you're getting at. Yeah,
like if we threw you, say a card, say any card, give us an Uno card.
Draw 4.
Oh,
yeah,
a game changer, literally.
Why is that?
It's the wild card because it represents all aspects of your life, like blue, emotional.
Okay.
Green, financial.
About to get some money.
Red is like the yellow is mental. Yellow,
okay. That's why you have the yellow one.
Like, yeah, because I'm here mentally. I'm here. Yeah. And red is of course everyone knows when you see red, it's more like the physical, like, hey, stop. Yeah. You know, be alert. Okay. You know, so the draw 4 card, you never know when you're gonna pull it, and it's one of those cards. It's literally it's wild.
How about Skip?
Come on.
What color though? Skip what? Skip
yeah,
what?
Because
I give him the color though.
Skip.
What are we?
Give him a color.
Skip green.
Oh. There's moves that you're making financially that you may have skipped over that you need to reverse, and look over. You know, stop just hopping over things. Take your time. Because we're in a pandemic, and you know, a lot of people are skipping over money problems, thinking, "Hey, Joe Biden's check will." No.
Block red.
There's no such thing as a black red.
That's a block.
Block red.
Yeah,
that's
a
skip.
Block. Skip.
He knows the card.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
You mean the skip?
Yeah, the skip.
Yeah, it can be forbidden.
Yes,
and that's also the sign for forbidden. So if you said a black or red,
I said black. Did I say black?
Like there's no black.
Yeah, no black. It's just
red
skip.
though.
Yeah, red.
He knows.
It's the red. It's something you're doing. Like, be alert, chill out.
Okay.
Hang tight. Hang back. I usually let the spirits move me, but I don't know, something about your energy.
Thank you. It's the Philly. It's that Philly stuff, man. He's telling you to move to L.A.
I'm not. I won't know.
I'm definitely not. We're not saying that.
We both on it. See?
Nope.
Don't know.
Nope. Y'all both need to listen to that Will Smith book again. All right.
Yo. Yeah, man. Emmanuel, thank you for stopping by.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Thank you guys, man. I was just thinking, like, on the way up here to come and do this, like, I really appreciate Fuzz and you guys for, like, having me on this because he looks out a lot. You know what I'm saying? And
good guy. A
lot of people don't know that the success is like it's the journey. It's not a destination. You feel me? So the fact that, you know, I'm still up and coming in my career, always going to be up and coming, looking for room to grow. Any way he can, he helps out, man. So it's just like, and his
music is bananas.
Huge
though.
in the game.
His music is like,
yeah, man.
Yeah,
no,
man.
Emmanuel, when you get to where you, for me, I'm like, dude, you're already there. But when you get to where you want to go, please don't forget the FAQ podcast.
Come on, man. I got to.
Don't act new.
I got a wild out question.
Yeah.
Do Nick know y'all about to snap on him the way y'all be killing him?
No. And to be honest with you, it's some stuff on there. Like, I try to tell people all the time, man. Like, because of TV purposes, they have to cut some stuff.
So a lot of things get edited.
A lot of stuff, not edited, but a lot of stuff get cuts out. I mean,
And you look at it like, oh, I know why
like
you did
it's,
that.
but you can understand, like being on that show when you say something and the crowd goes crazy there, you get a rush because you're like, oh, wait, it's over with. But then when you actually watch the episode and you notice they cut it, you don't know why they cut it. Some of it is we cut it because basically you can't take all the shine. Like we have to spread the camera time around. If you did good on this game, or if we showed you in this game, unfortunately we have to cut this. Or some of it may be we can't let him get away with that or say that. Right. And I'm going to say it here. There was one joke I said about Nick around the time he was getting his divorce, and I walked up to him. This was the time my paycheck was looking a little funny. So I was pleading the fifth. I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, simple question. I was noticing my last paycheck was a little short, and I was just trying to figure out, is our paycheck a little short because Mariah's taking all of your money? And when I say like
it went crazy.
It went crazy. I was smiling the rest of the day like,
I got that.
You got that.
Wait till TV gets a hold of this. Yeah. It never seen the light of day, and it never will.
Wow. But you just told us.
But he's a good sport, man.
Yeah.
So you think he's a different Nick since he stopped wearing the turban?
No. Nick is still Nick. Nick is
good dude.
Let me ask you this. Were you one of the people that, Viacom came to was like, yo, we want to do a whole new Wildin' Out when Nick was going through his situation? Okay.
You gave us Negroes, scared Negroes.
He said, shut up.
You're asking was like, did they reach out to me personally? Like, hey, would you still be interested in doing the show? Let me clear this up. I was the first person, and I have Chico and Justina and Conceited, Clips. I think Clips was on the phone. I was the first person to say we cannot do this show if Nick is not the host. We just can't, because I got a call before the madness struck. It was just like rumors. And then I did get a message from one of the reps, but it was more like, hey, I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's going on, but just don't believe anything just yet. We don't even know what's going on. Yeah. Just da-da-da-da-da. And we all, as a cast, we called each other and we was like, hey, what y'all think is going on? I said, well, whatever's going on, y'all know it ain't happening, not like this. It can't go out like this. I can see if Nick retires and then gave the show, then that's something different. But I didn't even know at the time, I forgot that contractually, I was still obligated for seasons anyway.
Oh,
unless Ricky would have pulled one of her miracles,
she would have done.
Definitely. If you guys would have seen me on Wildin' Out and Nick wasn't on there,
you had to do it.
It was, I signed the contract, you know what I'm saying? But of course, everything thankfully worked out. We got Nick back. Yeah. So that's one of them things we'll just never know.
Perfect.
Shout out to Nick, man.
Right, man.
For sure. Oh, man.
Emmanuel Hudson, let's get that for him.
Tell everybody where they can find you on the gram, on YouTube.
We heard something.
Yeah, sketch show. Talk about the sketch show again.
I think I mentioned it.
You did, but
something new.
Somebody just...
Mine's EP. Yeah. Oh, did you get the link to the first? Yeah, okay. I got to send in the rest of the four. But mine's EP again, man. Emmanuel Philip Hudson. Also, Philip has an album coming out. He's getting ready to drop an album. It's called You're Going to Miss Me When I'm Here.
We want to interview. We need to interview him too.
I
see people be biting his own,
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Like
they be biting.
I'm gonna let him tell.
I'm gonna let him tell. Yeah. Can you can call your brother and tell him we in town doing the
I got how when are you?
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
Emmanuel Hudson, FAQ Podcast.
Yes,
thank y'all, man.
Thank you for coming by,
much,
man. We appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
Hey, FAQ Podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time.